Okay, so today's lesson is lesson 10-4, quadrilaterals, and you can go ahead and write that on your notes and also put today's date. There's only 2 examples, so it should be over pretty quick. First of all, we have to learn how to find angle measurements. So, finding the value of x. It's important for you to understand, we know that a triangle, the 3 angles in a triangle equals up to 180 degrees. Well, this is a 4-sided figure, so it's called a quadrilateral. In quadrilaterals, the angles have to add up, the 4 angles have to add up to 360 degrees. So we're going to set up an equation, okay, and here it is. Angle Q plus angle R plus angle S plus angle T have to all equal 360 degrees. Angle Q on that quadrilateral was 75, angle R was 4x, angle S was 110, and angle T was x. And again, because it's a quadrilateral, they add up to 360 degrees. So now we have to bring our x's together and our numbers together. So we got 4x plus 1x is 5x. 75 plus 110 is 185. We now have to get rid of 185, so we subtract 185 from each side of the equation, because that's what algebra is, and we get 5x equals 175. 5x means 5 times x, so the opposite operation of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. And when we do that, we get the answer 35. So what you've done is you found out that x equals 35. Now remember, one of the angles is 75 degrees and one is 110 degrees. Another one is going to be 35, and the final one is going to be 4 times 35. So now they're going to put those numbers in, 4 times 35 or 140. Okay, so angle T is 35 and angle R is 4 times 35 or 140. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and draw this. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but just draw it and make sure you have the angles labeled. And then you're going to go and set up an equation, remembering that it has to equal 360 degrees, solve for x, and then you're going to have to multiply this one by 4, and you'll get that answer there. Okay? So go ahead and pause the program, see if you can do it, and then I'll bring the answer up. You can check your work. And so x equals 40 degrees. Okay? Is what you solve for. How did they get that? Well, let me show you. Right now, I'll bring it up for you. Okay? And so what they did is they went x plus 120 plus 4x plus 40 equals 360 degrees. They brought their x's together and they got 5x plus 160 equals 360. Subtracted 160 from both sides. 5x equals 200. Divide both sides by 5, and x equals 40. That's how they got that answer. So this is 40, and then 4 times 40 is 160. And there's the other answer there, 160. Okay. Example 2a, classify the quadrilateral using the name that best describes it. Okay, so we're going to start drawing quadrilaterals out. The way you can remember this one, it's the name at the top. I think about this little piece right here as like a trap door, and it opens and closes. And therefore, since it's a trap door, it is a trapezoid. So draw that figure, okay? Whoops. So draw that figure. The quadrilateral has one pair of opposite sides that are parallel, okay? One side of opposite sides that is parallel. And it has a little trap door on the top there. So that's how you can remember that it's a trapezoid, okay? And 2 sides that are parallel. These are not parallel. Top and the bottom ones are. So draw that one. The next one that you need to know is here. this is parallel. These two little lines here mean that that side's parallel, and the single digit line means that that's parallel. And so what you have is two parallels or a parallelogram, okay? So draw that one and you should have a parallelogram. That's the second one, parallelogram. The next one looks like this. And I think we all know that something that has 4 right angles and 4 equal sides is going to be a square. So obviously you should know what a square is. That's a quadrilateral. Here are some more. Draw this one out. This one should look familiar. This one should look familiar. Okay? You should know that that's a rectangle, a trapezoid, and a parallelogram. Okay? The one that's not on here, I'm going to draw it out for you. It's called a rhombus. Okay? And a rhombus goes like this, and down here like this. Okay? And on a rhombus, all 4 sides are equal, okay, are congruent, but they don't have 90-degree angles. If they had 90-degree angles, it'd be a square. But since all 4 sides are equal, this is called a rhombus. You have to know that one. And another one, I'll draw it right in the middle here. You have kind of like this, but then down here, it goes like that, okay? Or it could even look like this, a little bit longer on the bottom. That's called a kite. It looks like a kite, it's called a kite. All right? And the kite, these 2 sides are equal, and then these 2 are equal, or congruent. Okay? And that's the end of lesson 10-4.